And good evening everybody, welcome to this evening's live stream. So I kind of changed my mind a little. I thought with 156 beta, which this is, being so good, and it has been updated today as well, I thought we'd have a go at seeing what the vanilla experience is like. Now it's not really truly vanilla in that if you spent £3 on the game, you've got the base map plus 2 DLC expansions. Of course, we've got all the DLC expansions. But I thought, well, it would be nice to experience the game, barring the DLC map expansions, as a vanilla game, using zero mods, so as if I've literally just bought the game, never played it before. Now, I have, of course, set the game up how I like it. You need to set the game up how you like it, and there's a gazillion videos which will show you exactly how to do that. Hey up Michael, how you doing? Yeah, thank you Michael, bless you. Yeah. Oh, don't worry Michael, what goes round comes round, just saying. Don't worry, there's going to be many more guff ups. So I'm going to start off purely as an agency driver. As you can see, there's zero mods. It's what it is, it's vanilla. Although it's the beta 156 and we do have all the map DLCs, plus I have all the cargo DLCs, which you may not. I've currently got a quick job on Aircraft Engine. This is job number 2 from Albuquerque to Gallup. I've decided to base myself in Albuquerque, or as the Americans would say, Albuquerque. Whether that's a New York thing or not, I don't know. But anyway, we're in Albuquerque. We're in a Western Star. I'm going to drive as many different trucks as I can before I decide which one to go for. I have set all my keys up. I have to say, I've set the game up as I want it, and it's really what you would expect out of the box. Now, of course, hey up Beck, lovely to see you. Hey up Cody, nice to see you. Now, of course, your experience will vary greatly depending on your hardware and how you've got it set up. I'm very much down at the budget end of the hardware tree. But as I say, I thought we'd experience the game out the box as you guys and girls would. The only thing that I've got it set on is choose your parking. Once we've done a few jobs and got a bit of dollar in the bank, which ain't going to be any time soon. Oh, Peterbilt dealer there. I could go the other way actually, and
turn right.
Discover that early, although it's going to be a long while
Find a new route.
On the vanilla economy before we can afford to buy anything resembling a truck, but nevertheless always nice to get it done early doors, I suppose. Ding, there we go. Pay to buy a truck dealer discovered. There's my terrible American accent.
Get ready to turn
For those of you that don't know, I am from the UK. I don't know what's going on with the YouTube, but the subs are exploding. So anyway, I thank each and every one of you for your continued support. As I say, I have set this up a little stiffer than my main profile. All the settings on this profile, by the way, are listed underneath the video. If you don't know how to put them settings in to your game, if you don't know where to find the config.cfg file, well, again, there's a gazillion videos on YouTube that will help you to do that from some very illustrious streamers indeed, not like my terrible content, but nevertheless I still think that even in mid to late 2025, if you can pick this up on the Steam sale for say £3 or $4, it's an outstanding value for money game, and one that potentially will give you hundreds if not thousands of happy truck simulation driving if it's your thing. And I'm so glad that I got into both Euro Truck Simulator 2 and American Truck years ago when the games first came out. It's a beautiful day here. We're currently in Albuquerque and we're going to head on up to Gallup. We're an agency driver, so we've got no truck repair responsibilities. We've got, all we've got to do is drive basically, and not worry about a thing. Oh,
and then turn left.
We do have to worry about getting the load there. And a really important safety tip: if you're on the F6 screen, don't press enter, because there's a guy on his live stream the other day that pressed the enter key while he was on the F6 screen while he was in a fuel station, and it cancelled his job. And you don't get any opportunity to undo that unless you've got a previous save that you could load up. So important safety tip: always save the game before you fuel up, just in case you press the any key. Can I just get a sound check off everybody? Is everything good? Get an engine mod and turn off. Well, I could put an engine mod in it, Cody, but I really didn't want to. I just wanted to play the game 100% vanilla. Hey up, Joshua, how you diddly doing? Nice to see you. Welcome to the stream. And I wanted to have the sort of experience that your, you know, ordinary first time user will have. Of course, if we were on the proper release of 155, it would be like watching a picture book. The stuttering is that bad. But here over on the beta 156 open beta, and again I could be wrong, but I can only assume that it's because it's going to be released on console, that the guys and girls over at SCS have really smoothed the gameplay out. There's still stuttering, it does still happen, there's still micro freezes, especially on budget hardware when you turn a corner like now. It does tend to micro stutter and micro freeze, but do you know what, apart from that the game is pretty much flawless. So hats off to SCS for removing all that nasty stuttering in game that was terrible, and forced me to go all the way back to 137 so I could have a really nice smooth playable experience. And we'll see how long it takes us to build the bank up and be in a position to afford a truck. Of course it's a lot quicker these days because you have the used truck dealer available to you, which we never ever used to have. I think I have mapped all the keys, I have indeed, and the game looks amazing. I just hope and pray that we're not going to go to Nevada and California and it's going to look terrible compared to the newer DLC releases. Just bear with me a second. If adding engine mod makes it more fun. Well, the problem is, Cody, it's not that an engine mod makes it more fun, it's where do you stop. That's the problem, because you had an engine mod, you know, then you had a delivery time mod, and I'm going to add a graphics mod because I can make the graphics look better, and on it goes, and you just never, before you know where you are, you've got 30, 40, 50 mods in. And in SCS's defence, That's really not how they made the game. They made the game to play vanilla out the box, which is what we have here. Now, of course, the fact that you can add mods to the game, I'm convinced has really increased the game's longevity and variety. And as you know, I use tons of mods myself, but nevertheless it is nice to play the game. It's refreshingly nice actually to play the game vanilla, and thereby any bugs or issues they can only be blamed on SCS, whereas if you put one single mod into the game, well, you know, look, it could be that mod that causes the issues. This is just the pure vanilla game, and there is nowhere else for SCS to go. Simple as that. So, and of course, this is how most people will experience the game, because they don't even know mods exists, and they certainly don't have a clue of how to install and set up a mod. Of course, I'm just talking about brand new casual gamers here. I'm not talking about veteran truck simulator truckers. And I'm not insinuating that people are stupid or anything like that. But they just don't know. What kind of truck are you driving? We're driving a Western Star, which I think it's an agency truck. It's not the 57, it's either 4900. I can't remember. I honestly don't know which truck. I know it's one of the Western. I know it's not the 5700EX, the latest one. It's the one before that. I think the 4900 is an international, isn't it? But she's definitely a Western Star, and we're on our way out of Albuquerque with our second load. We do have emails. Fortunately, we don't need to reply to any emails in the system. Now, let's just try one of the radio channels to keep us company.
To Gaza. Both those things can be true. You can be pro-Israel and pro-Palestine at the same time, as long as you recognize that Hamas is an evil entity. And Democrats, I think, are going to be able to come together on this issue.
I'm guessing most
to the
people
extent
that
that
have
it
the
means
radio on.
Governance for Gaza that is consistent with Israel's security and that is supportive of humanitarian aid to the Palestinian people.
Okay, more broadly about the party, as the
now, the micro-stuttering
convention
there
or meeting raised a lot of
is
different
because
issues. Politico said
I'm
this
saving
on
the
Friday.
game locally.
The Democratic Party is largely rudderless at
not
the
in the
national
Steam
level,
cloud.
seemingly adrift.
Whereas
no
if I
clear
was
leader,
saving
no
in the
clear
Steam
vision, no identifiable
cloud,
cause at the moment.
the stuttering and micro-freezing every time it saves
following the assessment of what
would not be
happened
as
last fall,
pronounced as that.
has the party settled on a way forward, a person to lead you forward, or
you'll
which
all have
wing
to
of
let me know
party
if
will
the
lead you
radio
forward?
is too loud for you.
I think right now, Democrats at the national level need to have an open hand. An open hand to those reluctant Trump voters
I kind of figured, as we're in the US, we better have a US radio station. Can't have
and moral
music
character
because
of
of
this president,
copyright.
but couldn't stomach
So
voting
it's got to be
the
a
Democratic
chat
Party for a
time,
variety of reasons, inflation, immigration, etc. And I think we need to extend a
radio
hand to those
station,
voters
but I'm
and say,
guessing it's better
listen,
than just nothing.
the Republican Party used to stand for balanced budgets, for national security, for law and order. And what you're seeing with this president is an out-of-control
So we'll see how we
executive
get
who is
on.
tearing up separation of powers. You're seeing him
I'll
literally
live
roll
stream
out the
this
red carpet for
profile as
Vladimir
much as I
Putin
can.
right before he then strikes U.S. sites
we'll see
in
how
Ukraine.
good
This is not the Republican
the
Party
game
that you
is.
remember from
Now,
Ronald Reagan. We know you have concerns. We're not asking you to agree on 100% of issues with the Democratic Party, but we are
The
asking
first
you in
trailer that
2026
we want to
help
buy
us put a check
is either a
on
login trailer or a
out-of-control
chip
president,
van.
because there's nothing more fundamentally conservative
Because
than the
both of those
separation
trailers
powers
have
and limited
access to
government, and that's what we
animated
can
loading
offer
and
after the
unloading.
midterms.
All right, Congressman, I feel like the midterms are already here, but still a year away. We'll talk many times in the interim. Thank you so much for your time. Good to have you.
Take care, Shanna.
All right, Americans feeling a little less pain at the pump this busy travel weekend with gas prices at a 5-year low. While a court ruling ruling against the president's tariffs likely means another showdown at the Supreme Court for this administration.
Well, Donald Trump's not having an easy time of it, is he? Blimey, American.
Are you paying too much for term life insurance? There is a tremendous price war in the term life industry. Rates have dropped dramatically in the past few years. For example, a man aged 45, non-smoker, can get $1 million of coverage for $75 per month, level rate for 10 years.
Wow.
Or a man aged 50, non-smoker, can obtain $500,000 of coverage for a monthly premium of $110, level rate for 20 years. That's right, guaranteed level rate for 20 years. If you're a smoker, we have great rates available for you as well. At Term Busters, we specialize in policies of $500,000 and above. If you're looking for new or replacement term life insurance,
they're not advertising the price for that, are they? We have great smokers rates, only $500 a month for $1,000 coverage.
908-7636. Remember, 1-800-908-7636. Sample rate quotes based on preferred non-smoker rate class. Exam required to qualify.
Oh my
You'd never
God.
plan your life around their schedule.
You've got to take an exam
Clean their face.
in order to qualify.
And you'd never
Go
let them leave
figure.
the house looking like less than their best.
Oh my God.
You say you'd never put a pacifier in your mouth to clean it. Never let them stay up too late. And never let them run wild through the grocery store.
On aisle 6.
Yep, never let them
And I'll
wild
So
through the
when you say
grocery
you'd never
store.
let them get into a car without you there? No, it can happen. 1 in 4 hot car deaths happen when a kid gets into an unlocked car and can't get out. Never happens. Before you leave the car, always stop, look, lock. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
102.3 KRMG, Tulsa's News and Talk.
Travel plans, they will be
Tulsa.
able to enjoy 5-year low gas prices thanks to President Trump fully unleashing American energy dominance. These savings at the pump are giving
Well, it
everyday
looks like
American
there's no
families more room
jailbreak
in their
on this
budget.
agency truck,
White
that's
House
for
Press
sure.
Secretary Caroline Leavitt touting relief from high gas prices for Americans this busy holiday weekend helps soften the cost of Labor Day travels. We are back with the panel not traveling because they're here in Washington working with me. All right, here's what the analysis over at Gas Buddy from Patrick DeHaan says. He says it's been the cheapest summer to hit the road since the pandemic, a trend that will likely continue with the potential for the national average to fall below $3 a gallon this fall. We've seen a remarkably affordable summer to hit the road with incomes up and gas prices down.
$3
And
a
Philip, that is
gallon.
news to the White House's ears.
No, they absolutely
We're
love
like
this
£5
soundbite. They're going to
a
continue
litre.
touting it for the rest of the summer and onwards. I mean, I think what's really
Jesus
interesting here is that as gas is as cheap as it's been since 2020, production hasn't increased that much. Instead, what's happening is I think that the industry will tell you that they have regulatory certainty, and so they feel like they can spend more to explore more for the future. The other thing that's occurring here is OPEC is increasing production, and they're doing so at Donald Trump's request. Back in January at Davos, he asked them to do this, and they're listening. So as of right now, the White House loves the soundbite because it is a number that they don't have to show or tell people. Instead, people feel it at the gas pump when they leave with more money in their pocket.
Yeah, and so often economic realities, those everyday checks on what you're paying for groceries and those kinds of things. Although, Susan, Democrats will say other things. The cost of other things is still rising. It's at a slower rate, but it's happening with groceries and other things as well.
And we talked about how good the crime issue is for the president. The fact is, in the latest Gallup poll, 3% said crime was the number one issue. 34% said the economy was the number one issue. So inflation matters most of all, I think, to Americans when you talk about economic issues. And presidents, I think, do not really set gas prices. There are influences on the margins. But it is true that presidents get credit or blame with gas prices, and a low gas price, good news for
Not the
presidents.
truth, love.
Yeah, they do.
It's also true that you can unleash your natural energy supplies that you have in this country. That's something that President Trump cared a great deal about during his first term, and he's done it again now. And you also saw how Democrats, they made it sort of an open issue that they wanted to make energy costs more for people because they thought that was better for the environment. And it's a great example of how Democrats can be on the wrong side of these issues, whether it's the economy, energy, the border, trans issues, crime, and that is going to be a problem for them.
Well, and something that may actually impact prices, and the president does have a say about, are these tariffs. And so we got from a federal appeals court a ruling late Friday that talked about the fact that many of these tariffs he issued under emergency powers were not legit according to their interpretation of the statute. The majority opinion in that decision said the statute bestows significant authority on the president to undertake a number of actions in response to a declared national emergency, but none of these actions explicitly include the power to impose tariffs, duties, or the like, or the power to tax. So, Kevin, feels like yet another one headed to the Supreme Court.
Exactly right. And I think that's obviously what both sides have thought was going to play out. Obviously, they engineered their arguments before this lower court with the idea that it would be appealed up the chain to the Supreme Court. We'll see how that process plays out. Obviously, it's in limbo at least until October 13th, I think was the date 14th they decided in that decision, 7-4 decision. But certainly we're in limbo until then, I think, to some degree.
So the dissent was written by a judge who was appointed by President Obama, and another Obama judge joined him along with a couple of, I believe it was Bush appointees. But here's what the dissent said. They said the statute embodies an eyes-open congressional grant of broad emergency authority in this foreign affairs realm, which unsurprisingly extends beyond authorities available under non-emergency law. So they say the statute potentially gives the president the power to do this, but Molly, now we wait to see if 5 Supreme Court justices think the same
Right.
thing.
Well, I think that is one of the really interesting issues here. President Trump has used tariffs as a foreign policy tool. He is trying to combat a regime that has been built up over 80 years that has disadvantaged American manufacturers. And so he's using the tool of the tariff as a way of renegotiating these things.
I was looking
that does
for
seem
a
to a lot of
road.
people clearly to be within the purview, the foreign policy purview.
like where
But it's
we're
also
going.
interesting to
We
note
don't
that when these
need
tariffs were
roads.
announced, we were told by a lot of people in the media that they would be
kind of a road, isn't
apocalyptic,
it?
catastrophic for the economy. And that just hasn't happened. Not only have they brought in a lot of money in tariffs, they've also not seen a huge disruption to the market. And so as Trump tries to strengthen the United States economy, people will be paying a lot of attention to how the courts roll.
They were, and there were dire predictions about the tariffs, and a lot.
We just check the chat. You feel MRGB. You feel MRGB playing ATS while listening to American politics. I feel pretty good.
And we saw GDP revised upward.
I feel a lot of sympathy
in the wake of all of this for the last quarter or so. The White House
American
is saying
people.
it's working.
Yeah.
But compared to what we're having to suffer here
inflation may
in
be
the
ahead.
UK,
We'll see where that turns out to be.
Seriously, it's
we actually saw
nothing.
Peter Navarro in the hallway, and he
We're
expressed great
the UK
confidence
as
in
a
most of our
country is
reporting in the hallways
absolutely
of Fox
finished.
News.
It's done.
And he expressed confidence that the Supreme
And I
Court was
just
going to
hope the
side with the
states doesn't
administration
go the same way.
on this case. Not a lot of nervousness, even if they lose the
it's
reciprocal
absolutely
tariffs
mental.
argument. It does leave the door open to other kinds of tariffs that he could impose.
Really
Final word to you, Philip.
This is the Trump trade war on the ropes. They knew that this fight was going to come, but now the stakes are just so high. You have Treasury Secretary Bessent saying that this would be an embarrassment. Trump is saying that it would lead to chaos.
External
Even
noise,
if the
it's
Supreme
the
Court
neighbours'
sides
brats
with the lower court here, there are
going
still
ape
other
shit as
authorities that
usual.
Donald Trump can pursue. There's Section 232. Then there's also Section 122 authority, which would allow him to extend tariffs for 15% for 150 days. But I think
So
this
we've
is the
done level
consequence
2,
of
we've
the
got
White
1
House
point.
going it alone, sidestepping Congress.
We'll put the
And
first
in this
point
case,
into long
the
distance.
cornerstone of his domestic policy, it might just go
we'll
up in
save
smoke
that
over
away.
at the court.
Well, we'll see. And as you mentioned, some of those authorities also allow Congress to get involved and extend it further. But again, you got to get Congress
and we've
involved.
got no
Okay, panel,
upgrades
thank you very
available.
much. So check this out. A special sand sculpture in Fox Square this weekend to celebrate Fox Weather's
I don't
new
know
logo
what
and
the
brand new
max
campaign
level is
for
for
all
this game,
seasons
actually.
for
You'd
all
think I'd know,
America.
wouldn't you?
I'm stunned by this.
But I
This
haven't got a
sand
clue. Hey Heather, how you diddly doing, girl?
sculpture. It
Hope
has
you're
it.
safe and
Lincoln,
well.
the Liberty Bell, the Stars and Stripes with the flying
Okay,
bald
so
eagle,
let's
and
pick
Fox
our
Weather's
second
logo.
job.
You can download the Fox Weather app or stream free
Which is
at
actually in reality our
foxweather.tv. My
third job.
sandcastles never looked like that. We'll be right back.
Where the heck is Farmington? Still New Mexico.
We have a special high-performance glass option called TS28. TS stands for triple silver. It has 3 transparent layers of fine silver particles that reflect over 70% of radiant heat, keeping your house cool and comfortable in the summer. In the winter, it insulates your home by reflecting heat back to the inside. And it does all this without darkening the glass like tents or films. Here's the bottom line. Thermal windows with TS28 glass will make your home energy efficient all year long. To see what
We'll
TS28
take
can do,
Let's
visit our
take
showroom
that in
and
the sewing
manufacturing
machine.
plant at 31st and 129th East Avenue.
See how
Or
it
schedule a
goes.
free estimate online at thermalwindows.com.
I am an
We'll give you a
agency
demonstration in
driver.
your
I am
home with no
using these
obligation
trucks.
and no high pressure.
100% vanilla.
It's the one thing we can never get back, but we can cherish every moment. At Moody's Jewelry, we offer timepieces crafted to do more than just tell time.
Moody's
They
Jewelry,
capture
guaranteed
whether
to
you're
make
marking
your
a
partner
milestone,
moody.
celebrating an achievement, or giving a gift that lasts a lifetime.
Piss her off with a
Our
ring that
watches
she
are
neither
designed
wants
to be
nor
passed
needs.
down for
Moody's.
generations, because the best moments in life deserve more than just memories.
The best way
They
to
deserve
piss her
a
off.
masterpiece. Find your perfect timepiece today at Moody's Jewelry, where time meets elegance.
Buy her a
Moody's
watch
Jewelry,
she neither
locally
needs
owned
nor
and trusted
fucking
since
wants.
1944
Moody's.
in Tulsa's most fashionable shopping destinations. Find hours and locations at moodysjewelry.com.
You gotta love it while you're doing these jobs while we're getting uber rich. Not that while we're on $5,500.
Sanders
I think
Nursery
we're gonna
Broken
need a
Arrow
bit
is
more
one of
than
the
that
biggest
to buy
garden
our
centers
first
you've ever
truck, 'cause
seen. Acres of color,
if we buy
gorgeous
a
scents,
used truck
plants you
and it's a
won't see
banger,
anywhere else in the region. It's a one-stop
already
gardening
done that, by
mecca.
the way.
whole family will be amazed by the size and selection,
gonna be
including
able
the
to afford
dogs.
to
They
repair it
love
or
sniffing
run it.
all the sniffs they've never sniffed before. Just 5 miles off the Creek Turnpike with tons of parking. Hours and directions at sandersnurseryok.com.
loud,
Sanders Nursery Broken Arrow, Green Country's ultimate gardening destination.
This is 102.3 KRMG,
There we go.
Tulsa's News and Talk.
Tulsa. 24 hours from.
Every year, millions of pets go
That's
missing,
better.
leaving
It's not
families
blowing me
heartbroken.
head off now.
If you lose or find a pet,
Let me
Long
just
Lost is here
check
to
the
help.
chat. 2 seconds all. I'm good, thank you. Hey, Robbie, lovely to see you, man. Hope you're safe and well.
Lost is here to help. Our free easy
So this is what your 156 vanilla looks like for those of you, as I say, who pick it up for a few dollars on Steam when it's on sale, which it frequently is. All the trucks I'm using, all the trailers, not a single mod installed on this profile. Everything I'm driving you'll be able to drive, and if you go agency like what we're doing, you'll have access to all the trucks.
The widening project is the biggest
If you want to buy it, then some trucks are locked behind level walls, so you have to be a certain level before you can unlock and buy the truck. So we've got 3 hours 30 minutes to destination.
I'm Paul Stevens, Fox News. President Trump recently sending National Guard troops to help deal with crime in the nation's capital. Now he may have his sights set to do that in Chicago.
During the president's last public appearance Tuesday, he hinted Chicago could be next.
I'm willing to go to Chicago.
After deploying more than 2,000 National Guard and federal law enforcement agents to the streets of the nation's capital, reducing violent crime by 30% according to the White House, the president thinks this model could be repeated in other big cities.
And as I say, this is the sort of quality you can expect if you're like me on a budget rig. But this is open beta 156, it's not the 155. And as I say, there's no mods, so if there is micro stuttering or micro freezing, well, that's squarely on SCS because we don't have a single mod installed. We're just playing the game vanilla.
For the American people. The Trump White House also seeing some economic wins,
And we're only
including
using
stock
SCS
buys
trucks
and record low gas prices.
and SCS
The White House is
trailers.
putting a focus on tax cuts and new investments in the country as critics nationwide take to the streets to protest wealth disparities. The White House maintains their policies are benefiting the middle class, and that nowhere is that more evident, they believe, than at the gas pump. Gas Buddy predicts the average gas price will be $3.50
Gas Buddy.
on Labor Day, the lowest price at the pump since
Gas Buddy.
2020.
I use Gas
President
Buddy.
sending out a Labor Day greeting on Truth Social, touching on the
tariffs briefly. He says, enjoy your Labor Day weekend, a big year ahead for the USA, maybe the best ever if the tariffs are finally approved by the courts.
Did I just do a donut
Fox's
or
Madeline
something?
Rivera, Mr. Trump in D.C. this weekend, trying to arrange a
turn
face-to-face meeting between Ukrainian and Russian
donut.
leaders to end that war. America's
Maybe
listening
I am
to
a
Fox
donut.
News.
Who knows?
Stay on top of the
Well, I'm not used to driving in the US RV.
KRMG FM Sand Springs, KRMG Tulsa. See into the future of your commute. Our traffic updates are like a crystal ball, revealing the best and worst routes in green country.
The ramp into downtown is still closed to stay on the downtown loop.
They need to go all the way down to 244 to get around that mess on Highway 75.
Sign up for traffic alerts on the KRMG.
It's a bit warm. Let's pull that window down.
KRMG Tulsa's traffic station.
Let's have some.
Showers and a few thunderstorms likely into our Sunday. Mostly cloudy, a high of 78, a bit humid, down to a low of 65 tonight. For your Labor Day, a few more showers and storms, a 40% chance of that, with a high of 82, down to a low of 64 that night. Tuesday.
Just check the chat. I watch Sky News, Cody, once in a while to keep up with what's going on over there. You really don't want to be over here. That is for sure, Heather. We're screwed.
Tulsa's News and Talk.
It's 12:02. Currently looking at 78 degrees, cloudy skies. It is LJ here with 102.3 KRMG Tulsa's News and Talk. Coming up 1 o'clock, Kid Commando show right now. It's time for the retirement income program. Right here, 102.3 KRMG Tulsa's News and Talk.
I think on the next job,
the opinions and suggestions expressed on the following
change it
program
to
are solely
avoid
those of the
highways.
participants and are not necessarily endorsed by KRMG.
And we'll see what it's like driving on some of the
following program
back roads. That'll be fun. And
you know why they call blind spots blind spots?
I'll try and find a Mack truck to drive as well, because I think the Mack trucks have got the best engine sound out of the SCS trucks. That's for sure.
Retirement plan allows millions of people to lose 30 to 50% of their life savings just as they near retirement.
It's a society based on freedom and choice and personal responsibility. There are no guarantees. It's important that people do.
No such thing as freedom and choice, not in the UK anyway. It's getting more like the USSR every day. Next we'll be having a communist bloody government. Christ.
The Melia Advisory Group. Over the next hour, be prepared to hear ideas.
Oh, well, at least we haven't had to stay on the highway too long.
The way you were taught to think about
Let's just have a look where we're going.
For retirement.
So we're going Albuquerque up to Durango.
This week's retirement income program.
As I say, I don't even know where these places are.
Retirement income
Durango.
brought to you
Probably
by
said
Melia
that wrong.
Advisory Group.
Of course, if it was Australian, it'd be straight, Sheila. You're going to Durango?
Matter of fact, we're going through 10 of them.
But we're not Australian, we're English in America, an illegal alien.
I see. When we retire,
good title for a song,
what do we
actually.
Have to look forward to
somebody
that we're
like
not
Sting singing
for.
it. Yeah.
Well, we're going to cover it on today's show. How many of you ever backed up a vehicle to have
Sting? Who
somebody
picks a name
behind
like Sting?
Direct
really?
that well. My wife and I can
back
an RV now, like a well-oiled machine. But in the early days,
well, that's not bad.
Crunch
Not bad at all. Oh, gone over a red light.
And then that rang through to the saying of experience.
Never mind.
It's the knowledge you gain 30 seconds after you need it.
We'll not hold it against ourselves.
Back there. Well,
so I'm going to try and cruise around 40 mile an hour.
What kind of blind spots?
That's plenty fast enough for me.
In your retirement, we're gonna
I'll also try and enjoy
today. There's 10 of them.
The map details. American truck and Euro truck are not photorealistic representations of the world. They are a graphical interpretation of it. Nevertheless, there is still some stunning scenery to enjoy on your travels. So, we've got
proper tax planning. Number 6.
8 hours and 46 minutes remains on the job, and it's 2 hours 50 to destination. That, of course, is in game time.
No exit plan. So let's take it from the top. underestimating real retirement costs. You ever heard the old saying, maybe you haven't, I'll tell you, and that is, you could arguably need 3 times the amount of money at the end of retirement than at the beginning. And you're thinking, no, that's due to medical costs. Well, I got news for you. That is not due to medical costs. Matter of fact, medical costs actually inflate higher than that of inflation.
Wow.
But just with inflation, 4% inflation, $1,000, to basically get the equivalent of $1,000, you will need $3,340 in 30 years at 4% inflation to do the exact same thing. That's one of the reasons why people say, you know, I'm debt-free. I don't need as much. Well, many times spending increases early in retirement, and do your travel, hobbies, and things like that. You want to have most of your fun, because how does retirement go? It goes from the go-go years to the slow-go years to the no-go years, doesn't it? When you're in those go-go years, it can get very expensive. Now, after each one of these blind spots, I want to give you a way to solve the problem. Because what's the point of bringing up a problem if I don't give you the solution for it? So the blind spot there is not realizing how fast a nest egg can erode, especially if markets dip early. How do you alleviate that problem? Have a very fine...
Dead easy, buy shares in NVIDIA.
That's one. And then secondly...
make a fortune.
When it comes to your income, make sure you are eating eggs and not chicken. Meaning that you're taking the dividends, that's the eggs, and not eating the chicken, which is the principal. So number 1 was underestimating real retirement costs. Number 2, which is really closely related to number 1, is not planning for a bad sequence of returns. Because what did I just say? Going through and not planning on those...
Something we don't have over here in the UK anymore is retirement. The government basically wants you to work till you drop dead, thereby they don't have to pay you anything out. That's the idea. Absolutely shocking, this country is. Seriously, it's worse than some South American junta-governed countries. It's just horrendous. Absolutely horrendous. All the MPs are liars, all the government cabinet and the Prime Minister are liars. They just tell a pack of lies all the while. And the U-turn like it's going out of style. You know, one day it's we're going to do this, the next day, well actually we're not, we're going to do this now instead. Oh my God, this country is a shithole, it really is. And I don't blame anybody for leaving the UK. I'm moving to Romania or Bulgaria, where life is so good. In this country, you're screwed. You basically work like a dog till you drop dead. For fuck all, give all your money that you earn to the government, one way or another, and greedy companies, and then you're dead. Next. And if I sound a bit cynical, well that's because I am. Considering we're supposed to be the 5th richest country in the world, and you've now got people on the 50, 60, £70,000 salaries that can't pay bills, can't put food on the table, because every fucker's got their hand out every month and nobody gives a shit. Had a bad month? Been ill? Fuck you, pay me.
Special mix depending upon their temperament and so forth. So the blind spot there is assuming past market performance guarantees.
Absolute sewer pipe this country is. When you think how great it once was, in under 150 years we've gone from the most powerful empire with the most powerful navy on earth to absolutely fucking insignificant. And this country, along with its politicians, are just a fucking joke. Wow, that sucks. You don't get retirement. No, you don't get retirement over here anymore, either. Keir Starmer, our current Prime Minister, is just putting a motion through Parliament to raise the retirement age to 69. I'm 62, and by the time I get to 69, chances are it'll be raised again to 72. Well, there's plenty of people that die in the 60s. You know, nobody's got a divine right to live into their 80s or 90s. And, you know, a lot of people drop dead in the 60s and you're fucked. You get nothing. And then if you do get to 69 or 72 and you qualify for the state pension, well, it's a little over £100 a week. That's like one fucking meal out at ZZ. What good is that going to do? So, every which way you turn, you're fucked. Paid through your teeth all your life, and then you carry on paying.
Protect assets and give
Absolute disgrace it is.
Market cycle. Our advisory team is dedicated to helping you make informed, confident decisions about all of your financial planning and investing. You see, everything we do at Melia Advisory Group is to help you have a successful retirement. Our goal is to help you be tax efficient while providing more than enough
tax efficient
throughout your retirement. We don't want to see our retirees.
That's only for the elite and super rich in this country.
Thrive in retirement. Call us today, the Melia Advisory Group, 918-794-9290.
We're okay for fuel,
Visit us online at Melia
as I say, we're an agency driver, so we've got no outlay. We've just got to make sure we don't have a crash, damage the vehicle or the load, so that we can claim the maximum amount of reward at the other end, which, to be fair, on the vanilla game that we're on, is fucking much. Just saying, especially at low level when you've not got any skills, you're a rookie.
Retirement blind spots. You don't know what you don't know. We're going to prepare you for retirement and tell you about your blind spots. And if you want to get more information about those blind
spots, hey up, Philip. How you diddly doing?
Got three.
Hope you're feeling a bit better today, bud.
So the first two we covered were underestimating real retirement costs. Second one, not planning for a bad sequence of returns of which you have no control over. Number three is loss of identity. We're going to get into
looks like the sun's going
long-term care here in a minute, because I promised you I'd talk about that. But loss of identity. Do you know how many people?
We can't sleep between jobs because we're
they finally say
an agency driver, so that's an interesting thing.
I got news for you. When you lose the job that keeps
and
you
I'm
so
guessing we don't have. We've only got 6 hours and 14 to make the delivery, so we can't sleep anyway.
So what is the blind spot here? Believing the financial independence.
That's interesting.
Fulfillment. I'm going to tell you how.
So it means you're going to have to do night drives, even if you're a day driver.
Have a hobby and get a little bit more.
Just saying.
Don't just sit around the house and watch Jeopardy. Nothing wrong with Jeopardy, but you don't want to just sit and do that. I have seen retirees go into retirement with no hobbies, and it can be a train wreck. It can actually put a ton of strain on a 40-year marriage, and it's something to plan for. Now, next blind spot, number 4, cognitive decline and not planning for it. There is a
cognitive decline. Fuck me, that starts happening in your 40s, and I'm on your 70s. Jesus.
I'm sharper than most people my age. Now, the blind spot here is waiting too long to delegate or simplify your financial or legal matters. You want to have me tell you how to compensate for this blind spot? Ready? 4 words.
Blind spot in the UK, we're fucking blindfolded. I don't know about blind spotted.
Financial power of attorney.
Jeez,
if you don't have one, and you've got money, and you are over the age of 18, you need one. Now, a financial power of attorney allows another party to deal with your finances. You say, why would I want somebody to deal with my finances? You're assuming something about your death, that it happens quickly and you don't go into a coma. I've physically watched it happen. A couple go in, one party goes into the nursing home and lasts, she didn't know how long it was going to last. Fortunately, it only lasted about 4 months, then he passed away. But during that 4 months period of time, there was no financial power of attorney. And the assets, which the majority was in his name, went into conservatorship. Now, how do you really get the financial power of attorney? Get a great estate plan. And another way to solve the problem is ask us for the retirement clarity Kit. It's got 3 great booklets in it, one of which is the top 10 things to consider when preparing for retirement, and 2 other really great booklets, the Retirement Clarity Kit. Now, if you want to know how to get hold of us, the best way to reach us is 918-794-9290. Again, that's 918-794-9290. And the title of
the game looks beautiful.
Show is Retirement Blind Spots.
I know you can turn right on red, but
we just hit number 4.
Just go against the Englishman's grain, because red means stop in our country.
Number 5.
I know it's different in the States, but we just check the chat. Hey up, Dave. Lovely to see you. You're in your 70s and refuse to accept the concept of cognitive decline. Well, it started happening to me in my 40s.
A required
being
amount
thick,
of money out
all stupid. Either
is
works.
a way to prepare for this. A lot of people say, "Oh, I'll just be fine."
We're just getting bent over and
fact of the matter is, the
shafted right up the dirt box.
taxes
Unfortunately, in
in
the
the
UK,
golden
it's
decade,
honestly, it's
right
horrific.
before armed
If you
use
sat down and worked
catastrophic.
out
Taxes
the amount of
are
money that
almost
you earn and
certainly
the amount of money
going
you
up.
pay in taxes
So how do
and
you
give to the
offset this?
government,
You do tax-free
honestly, you
exchanges.
won't fucking bother. You just
How much
stay in
should you
bed.
tax-free exchange?
There's just no
That's one
point
of the
getting
reasons
up.
we have the Retirement Clarity Kit. We can actually go through that with.
You put Manjaro on your iMac and it runs good and fast. Good for you, Heather. Good
Spend
for
15
you,
minutes on the phone
girl.
with you, setting up a 15-minute strategy call. People
Go
love them.
you.
You can get your answers right then and there. Because, here's the thing with some of these booklets that we give out. That is, we give them out. You got the question answered that you wanted answered, and then 2 more pop up, because that's kind of the whole point. They get into information you didn't know, and applying that stuff. It's kind of like reading a car manual or how to fix a car. Watch it. I can even watch a YouTube channel. It still doesn't help me. It's like, how do I do this? Another thing with tax planning, and in this volatile market, it's so critical right now, and that is not doing tax loss harvesting. Does your advisor do tax loss harvesting? What is tax loss harvesting? Market goes down like it's done. Things go down, some of which could very well be at a loss. Sell it. But as importantly, should I say, sell something that's up to offset it, and you just got that gain out.
Wow, sounds like you guys in the US have got all your time eaten up planning for retirement. And trying to make sure you've got enough money to see you through. Fuck me.
If he hadn't, I'd strongly suggest you call in and ask for the Retirement Clarity Kit. It's got 3 great things in it, one of which is the 4 common misconceptions about retirement strategies. 2 other booklets go with it, the Retirement Clarity Kit, and we can be reached at 918-794-9290. Again,
Let's up the speed a little bit to say 40, 45. Because these roads look good. I know they're not freeways, but they look good. And we're close to destination anyway. That should do as nicely as the actress said to the bishop. Just bear with me a second. Philip Broke needs, lately I feel like I'm in 2 brain cells of being a cabbage. Dave, good for you. Yeah, okay. Well, the thing is, Philip, you're in a lot better space than me because I don't even have a brain.
With and through understanding of historical financial cycles, we're prepared to properly equip you with investments that provide income, protect assets, and give you peace of mind no matter the market cycle. Our advisory team is dedicated to helping you make informed, confident decisions about all of your financial planning and investing. You see, everything we do at Melia Advisory Group is to help you have a successful retirement. Our goal is to help you be tax efficient while providing more than enough income to live on throughout your retirement. We don't want to see our retirees just survive retirement. We want to see them thrive in retirement. Call us today, the Melia Advisory Group, 918-794.
Well, that was a very pleasant journey, just saying. And for a rookie, we're doing okay. We're doing absolutely fine.
online now for more of the Retirement Income Program.
We're not in any great rush to complete journeys.
Thanks for hanging
We're
in there.
enjoying every
This is the
mile.
Retirement Income Program brought to you by
And we're
Amelia
holding our
Advisory
own.
Group. Today we're talking about the 10 retirement blind spots. We've covered 1 through 5.
Wow,
We're
there's
about to
10 of
cover
them.
Number 6.
Shit.
And number 6 is family communication gaps. You know how many times?
Well, of course,
I've
the beauty
seen
of having no
kids figure out,
retirement like we have in the
might,
UK is you
but
don't need
I've
an nest
actually
egg.
seen people pass away, and then
Fuck
the
it.
child or children have to
Just
sit
keep
and
on
wait
working
a-
till you drop dead and blow your fucking money. I can see a noticeable improvement in mobile gaming performance on Mint. Good for you, Dave. Awesome. Awesome, dude.
financial power of attorney.
Well, as long as you're enjoying it,
Trust will help you avoid
that's
this
all that
problem.
matters. I'm on
Or another way,
Microsoft
just
Mint at the
write
minute.
all this stuff down in a book and make sure that
Microsoft
all the people
Manjaro.
involved in splitting this stuff up and coming to the meetings. See, the blind spot
I'm on
is
Microsoft
so
Linux. It's
science
working for me, I have to say.
piece. Well, it does.
Sweet as a nut.
So you can't count
Mind
on
you, to be
no
fair,
news
I've
being
been
good
on
news because sometimes
Windows now
the
for
child
quite a
you're leaving
while.
it to is in a higher tax bracket than yourself. All right, so let's go through real quick a brief recap of the 10 retirement blind spots. Number 1, underestimating real retirement costs. Number 2, not planning on a bad sequence of returns. Number 3, losing your identity and purpose in retirement. Number 4, cognitive decline. Number 5,
Oh my God.
not doing the proper tax planning. And number 6, family communication gaps. Well, I promise you, I would get to this one.
God,
and
who'd
that
want to
is
have
number
retirement
7.
in the States unless you're rich?
Long-term care risk.
I'm guessing you need a hell of a lot of money to retire anywhere. It's just not possible here in the UK anymore unless you're mega wealthy or a politician.
Everybody over the age of
You know,
65
you've
is
took
gonna
plenty
get
of
some
backhanders throughout your
care.
political
And it ain't
life.
cheap. If you go into a nursing home,
Unless you like Keir Starmer,
average stay is about 10 years
you
old,
have a retirement
8,000 a
fund
month.
that's so big, you have to create custom laws for it.
70% of retirees will
That's
need
the truth,
some
that's a
level
fact.
of long-term care. So the blind spot is emotional denial, denying the fact that the long-term care costs can hit the portfolio and devastate it. Well, here is the way to solve that problem.
Okay.
Build a buffer.
So,
because it will produce a death benefit that can be used as a long-term care benefit, and the price on it never goes up, like your old John Hancock or Mutual of Omaha policy. Now, number 8.
Well,
blind spot.
that was very pleasant, I have to say.
Thinking
Thoroughly
my home is my
enjoyable.
backup plan. If I go through all
And
of
if
these
you're
assets, I can
wanting
use
a
my home
vanilla
equity.
experience, well, that's what it's
you
like.
could do a reverse mortgage.
And it's
Definitely
pretty darn
not the
good for 3 or
suggested
4
item,
bucks, I have to
especially
say.
if you want your children to inherit
Okay,
that
let's
house.
take
So
the
blind spot is
rewards
believing a
from that
home
job.
value makes it, is financially flexible. Here's the problem: what if real estate values go down? And at the end of the day, do you really want to be borrowing money in retirement? No. Again, one of the reasons why it's so important to
There we
invest
go.
for income.
Saved
Now, you
away.
want to get more information
Job
on these
done.
topics?
Well, thank you very much for joining me, everybody. I hope you've enjoyed it. USA is number 1 and UK is number 4. No, UK is number 1004, Heather. It's all bollocks. Anyway, you look after yourself. Stay safe and well. Lovely to see you all. And as I say, thank you for joining me. I'm once again head over heels in love with American Truck Simulator, so there'll be lots more American Truck Simulator streams for you to be able to hang out on. Stay safe, be well, much love, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers, everybody.